So, in terms of motivation and sort of goal, maybe vision for us continuing to come back here, it's really twofold. As a youth pastor, I seek to bless my group. You know, my first thought and my first prayer, and in terms, as well as Mike Foch, who is actually now the youth pastor of this group. You know, you're out to see God work in the kids that you're assigned to minister to. And then secondly, obviously, is that I want to do the work of the Lord with young kids in Coatesville who need it. And the great thing about the Camp at Old Mill here is that those two things really mesh seamlessly. And what I learned as both a student early on in a youth group, and then a volunteer helper, and then actually get to actually direct the week-long ministry, is that the deepest ministry to our young people comes from helping them do the work of the Lord and minister to these young kids at Coatesville. So every year without fail, this week of what we call our Coatesville outreach, but this week at the Camp at Old Mill, is probably the most intense and most fruit-bearing week of ministry to our high school students. So that goal, that vision is being met here, and then we can tell them what we're doing is we're going to do the work of the Lord here with kids from the city of Coatesville. So it's really fulfills in a nice way a dual purpose. And the fact that we can stay here all week, and we have the mornings and the evenings, since we only run the day camp, we have the mornings and the evenings with our high school students. It builds every day. The difference between the Sunday when you get here and the Sunday when you leave, all the things that have happened, as well as that regular 4.5 hour block from Monday through Friday with the little kids. It's just the fruit again is huge. So that dual vision is served perfectly here, in a way that I think keeps us coming back. There have been times when we reevaluated, should we continue the ministry out at Camp at Old Mill? Should we redirect it somewhere else? But I just said to my wife up on the hill last night, I said, our trip here at the camp's still going strong. It doesn't seem to be flagging. And again, I think that's a testimony to the fact that the vision of the staff here and the team that's here year-round is on point. And so the Lord's working through them. And then when we show up to partner with them, I think we reap the benefits, specifically in terms of the continuity of coming back year after year. So we've been here every year since 1995. So we see the benefits of that in several ways. First of all, in our church back in Philadelphia, there's got to be hundreds and hundreds now of people under, I'm 35 right now, younger than me. Basically anyone from 14 to 35, it's a good chance they came through at least a week of the camp here. Many of them come up and help for the Thursday night Bible clubs. Many of them come back for the overnight camp run by the staff here. But it's made a deep impact on our church body as they have both served the Lord and been ministered to by the Lord here at this camp. Secondly, in terms of coming back every year, we get to see the fruit of the labor, both of the camp that's here, of the staff that's here year-round, and even of our own labors. So right now they have Nasir, Mark Quinn, Corday, Khalil, and I think even Dondre, young men who we saw for a week at our day camp and who were little kids running around with us on our shoulders and stuff, now here serving, working at the camp, being discipled, and we knew them when they were 5, and they remember us. So here's kids that even if we only see them once a year for a week, we've known them for 10 years. I was driving home one year from our camp, our week of camp, and we were at the Wawa just down the street, and the young lady waiting on us recognized us and said, "Wait a second, are you from Mr. Jack's camp?" And we said, "Yeah." She had to be in her mid-20s, and she started talking about her memories of the camp, and we remembered her. Once she told us her name, obviously she was a little older, we remembered exactly who she was. And so there's that kind of history now where, and I gotta say this too, we've seen a change in the children since the mid-90s that is almost hard to believe. The first few years we came, a lot of what this week was for us was almost like a ministry boot camp. It was rowdy, it was violent, and we loved it, we threw in, but I mean we had kids, get hit in the head with oars and get rocks thrown at them. We were always stopping fights. We had, I remember one year our youth pastor Rob, a kid was, going karate on him, and here we were just trying to love and bless his kids. I remember having to send kids home halfway through the week. But the change in the children is again, it's almost hard to believe. And we tell our young people now that are coming now, you don't even understand what a hard week is like. And they think maybe if their kid isn't nice, then they had a hard week. But we have seen a peacefulness and a willingness to hear, a willingness to sing songs with us, a willingness to sit down and do crafts. And I can only, people say, why do you think it's different? And I can only attribute it to the fact that, again, the staff here has been here for all these years. They're known in the community. A lot of these kids come here all year long. If they're 10 or so, they've probably been coming here for 5-6 years. A lot of them, their aunts and uncles, even their moms and dads came to camp here. And so while we haven't seen the revival in the city of Coatesville that we're still hoping to see, there is fruit in the young people. And coming back every year, we both get to see that, and we get to reap the benefits of it. The level of ministry we can do with the young people here, because they allow us, because the Holy Spirit allows us with their willingness to participate, is far higher than it was all those years ago, where we were just sort of trying to survive, get a Bible verse out to them, see if they'd sing a song, keep them from hurting each other, and send them home at the end of the day. Whereas now, we're doing lessons with them, and I think that's only going to increase. So it's not just a drop in the bucket and we come back next year. We're able to actually see just even our efforts of 1 week a year really building. And we know that's because of the faithfulness of the staff here all year long. But again, as we can sort of literally co-labor with them, we know that we're not just scattering seed to the wind and it's blowing away. It's something that, an hour put in here, a day put in here, a week put in here, it doesn't blow away. It's part of what's being built, really, I think, for eternity. And I'm open still to see the fruit of all the years of prayer from the guys that are here and the ladies that are here all year. I know they're looking to see churches and revivals and a real impact, which I know they have an impact, but I know they're praying for more. And it's hard for me to believe it's not going to happen with the kind of fruit we're already seeing.